My bad. It's there now. Sorry.
Okay. I think we're live. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. My name's Ashley. Welcome to season 2 of the Authentic Black Mama. I was part of season 1. Shell invited me with the T.R.U.E project, and it was such a great experience. I loved just the opportunity to just have a safe space to talk about motherhood, to be real about it, and just to be able to give my true experiences in a non-judgmental space, and get loved on by other moms. It was really, really dope to be a part of the project. So I was very excited to be back for season 2. So the women from season 1 were asked by the T.R.U.E project to pick a mom, nominate a mom that inspires them. So I picked my best friend, Zakiya.
Okay.
Now, if you know
so honored.
me, you know Zakiya is like my heart and soul, the yin to my yang, y'all. We have been best friends for 23 years since the 6th grade. We were 11 years old and literally have been inseparable, like not physically. We've been through moves, marriages, divorces, graduations, motherhood, like relationships, everything, you name it. I don't know if there's anybody on earth that knows me the way that she does. And she literally just is such a bright spot in my life. So I thought I would share her light with you guys. You're going to love her.
Oh my gosh. You're so good at this.
Oh, thank you. It's the...
Keep going. Go ahead. Whatever works.
So I'll give Zakiya a minute to tell you guys a little bit about herself.
Well, that was such a great introduction. You're so sweet when you feel like it. I'm Zakiya Mickle. I am Ashley's best friend. That's what brings me to this space. Also being a mom. I'm a mom of 2. I have a daughter named Ryan. She's 8. I have a son named Reese. He's 5. They start school tomorrow. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later. My nerves are a little shy, y'all. But I'm a mom. I am an activist. I'm somebody who's very active in the community. I love Black people. I ride for Black women, Black femmes. I believe that when Black women are centered in any endeavor, that everybody's okay. Like as long as Black women are okay, like everybody else is going to be lifted. When we lift on the margins, everybody's going to be fine. So I'm somebody who is a caregiver at heart. So I feel like Ashley is too. So I feel like in a lot of ways, like motherhood is such a natural thing for us. It's tough, but like we aren't new to taking care of people. We've been taking care of each other, like she said, since we were 11. So yeah, I'm a caregiver. I love hanging out with people that I know. I'm not big on like being out here with folks that's not my people. So people think I'm a homebody, and it's not really that I'm a homebody. It's just like I don't know y'all, so I'm coming over there. But they know. Ashley knows if I'm going somewhere with her, like I'm down. So I'm a homebody. I'm a mom. I do social justice work. I love to write. I love to drink wine. I love to be at the ocean. But yeah, I'm from Columbia. I don't know. What else you got? What else we got?
That was great, Zakiya. Thank you for that.
That was great. Yeah.
You nailed it.
That's all I got. I try not to do like the bio, like the resume thing. I could do that, but it does not feel authentic. And I feel like in all of the correspondence we got, it was like authentic. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do the professional thing.
That was my favorite thing. And I always feel like just like the version of myself that I like sometimes feel pressure to show the world has to be like super well put together and packaged neatly. Mm-hmm. And like there are like huge parts of myself that sometimes like, you know, people don't let you, it's like you can't do both. Well, you can't do that and be like a mom. So I feel like we get pressured to like look like this perfect little package. And that is very much not us. When I say y'all, when I say Zakiya is the yin to my yang though, like we're so different but so alike, and it just makes this really beautiful. Like
it works.
Yes, it works very well.
Balance.
So I will jump into the questions first. Yes. What is your Black mama joy?
Uh, um, I feel like it's really my kids laughing. Like as soon as you asked that question, Reese was at the barbershop today. I was up there when Jay was up there. I meant to text you that. But Reese was at the barbershop today, like playing on his Switch and with his cousin. They were like playing Roblox. And he was laughing so hard. So like bangs out his neck, like tears in his eyes. And I was like, there is no other sound like that. Like I just and like I heard it from across, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't beside him and I could hear him like, and I was like, I know that's my son. I don't even need to see him. Like I know that's my son. He was way too loud, which I knew Justin was gonna handle it, but I enjoy hearing Justin is our son's barber, y'all. And he don't he's Uncle Justin. Like he's not about to let that go on but for so long. But I it's just nothing like hearing my kids laugh, especially in a way that's like you can feel like they're not controlling how, like they can't control how hard they're laughing. It's nothing like it.
Very pure, very pure.
Yeah. Like my kids laugh till they cry often, which I think is just I love that they like are enjoying life that much, that like several times a week I catch them doubled over in tears. Like, and we be in the house and nobody else here. So
And your kids
they
have good
just
laughs. Your
they
kids
have good laughs. They have really good laughs. Like it's big, it's deep, it's from the belly. Like they laugh. They laugh. And I hope they don't lose that. I feel like we laugh.
Oh,
We
please.
laugh. We laugh
We
to the
laugh
point
very
of like
appropriately. We laugh to keep from crying, like a whole lot of dark humor in the group chat.
oh,
But
it's dark.
no
It's dark.
shortage, no shortage
But
of laughs.
no, we laugh. We laugh. But yeah, I think that's like my black mama joy when I just think about like my kids laughing and just being free. And I think that's what like really the way they laugh. They don't care who Reese didn't care. It was like 40 teenage boy. He didn't care, you know. He's not at that space yet where he's thinking about like, how he looks or if he don't care. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
he's happy, you know. So I think that's
And
what
I
it
love
is for me right
that.
now.
My kids are
Yeah,
amazing.
Reese.
They're like chill. Like
No, literally, I sat beside Jalen and I was like, I don't know if this is okay with him because it's like, he cool, like he want to be cool. Yeah, I get it. I still have to
yeah,
make
I
him a
could
little like
barely. Ariana had to take them to first start today, and like I couldn't even get pictures for school. They're like, please. I'm like, take the picture. Like,
smile.
okay.
I take all these clothes back.
So the next question is to fill in the blank, and then you can kind of give your reasoning. But being a blank woman has made me a blank mother.
Mm.
I know this is gonna be a good. Y'all, Zakiya like does this kind of stuff all the time, like talking in front of people. She has this like Instagram live thing for moms, and they like drink wine and talk about their kids and stuff. She does this like all day till she's blue in the face. So
I do, and that's why I was so grateful to be able to do it with you because I don't know what these people are paying you or bribing you, but you like whoever is running this, you like them because sis would not do this with me. So I was
I
like,
do not like to talk in front of me.
no. So I was like, this is my shot, this is my shot. I'm there. I literally was like, whatever date y'all pick is fine, which is how we ended up with the night before the first day of school because we weren't thinking. We're gonna talk about that too. I feel like we're gonna get there. So okay, give me the prompt one more time.
Being a blank
Being
woman
a
has made me a blank mother.
okay. Um oof. It's not gonna be light. It's just true and it came up. Being a Black woman has made me an anxious mother.
I thought you
These
were
are
was
the
gonna
facts.
write here at some point.
Yeah, these are the facts. Like being a Black woman in America who is hyper aware of what Black people are up against in our society makes me like so sometimes like almost to the point of like it's like debilitating sometimes, like so aware of everything they're up against and like it makes you hyper conscious of how you engage them. We talk about this all the time. Like,
Yeah.
are we preparing them for whatever they might come up against? Are we making sure that they are free, but also not showing up in a way that's going to make people think certain things about them where we know if it's true or not doesn't matter, but they might end up in this or that situation, if they are perceived in these ways, like just it doesn't feel like there's a, and me and you are like in this way, if none other in this way, like we want to control the things. We want to control the outcomes. We're like, let's see, like, all right, what are all the outcomes? Pours out bags. Like, which one can I have? like, I need to control this. And like it's you can't. I don't know mother can. So this is no shade to nobody else. Like I'm sure that's a thing for all mothers, but I think it's heightened for Black moms because our kids have so many more barriers and disparities that they could, will, and do face. No matter how hard we try, no matter how we lay out like the most beautiful golden paved road, like life's gonna life. And it makes me anxious. It makes me super anxious. So that is not beautiful, but it's true. It's true.
It's honest, authentic.
It's facts. Yeah.
Very, very much true for yourself. Like you said, like that. We talk about that extremely often, having Black sons. I have a 6'2" Black son. Like it's just terrifying, you know, even
who ain't
like,
even out of middle school yet.
Starting high school, not even in
middle school. Right. Starting high school. Yeah.
It's you know, that fear of not even, you know, letting your kids go for a walk around the neighborhood, or it's just very, and it's something you live with every single day, every time they leave the house. You know, so no, it's hard. It's a hard conversation to have, and it's frustrating, and it just honestly sucks sometimes, but very authentic, honest.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm better now. You remember it was a point where I was like 2 steps off a bunker.
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
no, you are way better. It used to be like almost debilitating for you. Yeah, it was very, and not even from a Black mom perspective, just as a mom, like you had that super intense mommy anxiety of just like something happening to your kids, like an overwhelming fear. So yeah, that definitely, and I think it's really hard to, like my kids are a good bit older than Zakiya's, and you know, some of the stuff I used to say, I had my kids super young, so some of the stuff I used to say, it would be like you know, they would feel like I was just like over exaggerating, or like, oh, Ashlei is doing the most, like everything.
Girl, the stuff that you were scared your kids was doing. We were we were at school risking our whole life every day, and I was like, you cutting grapes? Why would you do that? and that's a terrible example, just because I know somebody, this is awful, but I know somebody who lost their granddaughter. She choked on a grape last week.
Oh God, yeah. See, so it's like just things that your brain can't even comprehend until you become a mom. And I remember like that light clicking for you when you had your kids, and just like, okay, like I see why you did that. So, and I mean, so I think it's just one of those things, like it's hard to understand or really relate to until you have kids. And it's like it takes, you know, you can kind of get it, but it just takes that fear and stuff to like another level, like definitely.
Yeah. It balloons. It's like bottomless.
Yeah. All right, next. On a lighter note.
Keep it light.
What does it mean to you to be an authentic Black mama?
Ooh.
Was it lighter? Pretty cute.
No. It means that I have to like be myself for real, which is not, like you said earlier, you know, we have gone through these, like, I don't know, these stages of becoming and awakening or whatever, like really just peeling back the layers of like, okay, like there are parts of us that, yeah, we show the world and it's our career or us being moms or when we were wives, whatever. But there are other parts that people don't feel are acceptable, that kind of thing. But then I'm talking to my kids and I'm telling them like, you get to be yourself, you get to be this, and you get to be free and all these things. And it's like, for me to, with any integrity, really like mean those things and say those things to them and teach them those things, like I have to model it. And I know that because I work with kids. You know, like I've done way too many of these like trainings and seminars and working with kids for now. But we old. I've been working with kids. I've been working with teenagers since we were 19. I'm 34. Like I really, Like somebody said that to me the other day. It was like, you in this. And I was like, yeah, that's significant. So I know that you're not gonna get results working with young people if you faking the funk in your real life. Like
Right.
you can't help them be authentic if you're not being authentic.
Like they can smell
Yeah, nah, bro. Like
Yeah.
like Ryan asked me before they went to bed, she was like, do you make us go to bed when you do these mom talks because you're saying mean things about us? I said, sometimes, yes.
Sometimes,
But
like,
that's not your business. I was like, why would you say that?
she's been here before, though. She's been here before.
Oh, girl, that's what I was saying though. I can't fake the fun with her. I was like, I'm not saying mean things about you. I was like, but it's just mom talk. Like you're a kid. This is not
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
And I think
Yeah.
that was like just outside of you being my best friend, when she asked me to think of someone who inspires you as a mom or whatever. I mean, authentic is, I feel like a word that anyone who knows you in real life will use to describe you is you like walk in who you are unapologetically. And it's like, it's really been a blessing to see like that journey for you, because Lord knows that was not always the case. And I know like how scary it is to like really walk in the fullness of who you are. And I'd really like, not saying this because you're my best friend, but like I really cannot think of someone more who talks the talk and walks the walk. They don't get to see, of course, everything that I see, all the behind the scenes and how hard it is. Like you literally make it look so effortless. Like you're just, I know, like your energy just feels so light, and everybody's like, oh my God, Erykah Badu, blah, all the things. And I'm like, whatever, like.
See what I was saying earlier when she was being nice? I was like, this is new.
Yeah. So, but I mean, just to be able to see you truly, talk that talk and walk that walk. So it's like when I get to see you in these spaces and, having these conversations with these people, it's so beautiful because like you have been on that journey yourself. Like I've seen the ugly parts, I've seen the really beautiful parts, the transformative parts. So, just anyone watching, when she says authentic, like she means it. Like I cannot think of a better example.
This is not be cute all the time. It's just not. And I think that's it's not. And I think that's the hard part about like, even with like motherhood, having really hard conversations with my kids. So I'm a newly single mom. Like I just got divorced this year. So even talking to my kids about stuff that I don't have the answers to, right? Like that's what it looks like to be authentic. So like they're coming to me with questions or concerns or being, upset or sad, and me not having like an immediate, like, I can't fix this, right? Like what you want me to do to make you feel better, or what I know, like quick fix, I can't give you that.
Right.
And that in itself, even saying like, I'm sorry, or I don't know, or I know you're sad, I don't know how to help you. You gotta help me help you. Because me and Ryan, we've had we rumbled this year. Like this took me. I feel like I mean, I had to level up for real, because Ryan has the words in the ways that I have the words. So I don't always see it coming. Like, just like people don't see it coming from, like I know that I ask people questions sometimes, maybe like,
right.
Ryan doesn't the same way, bro. I mean, like, let me think about that. So that has been, I think, too, like that's one thing about being, I think the question was like, what does it look like to be an like authentic Black mom? Like, how does that show up in motherhood? Was that it? Yeah, like just being willing to say like, I don't know when I don't know, or I'm sorry if I messed up, or I'm sorry even if I didn't mess up, but you're hurt by a choice that was made that, affects you. That has been, I think, this year the biggest challenge, like in being authentic and showing up, and not, because also, and this is not to be cocky, but I feel like this is the same about both of us. For the most part, we be knowing, it's rare that we just like be like, I don't know, or like I can't find the answer to the question or solution. Like we're people who make things happen, not just for ourselves, but for other people. And so when your kids come to you with something that you genuinely don't know the answer to, it's like, it's hard. It's hard. And
But your kids expect you to like, well, dang, you don't know who does though. It's like,
Yeah, especially
Like
when
they
you're on your
almost
like
don't want
bougie
to
boppity
accept that you
boo.
don't know. Yeah. You're like, what you mean you don't know?
No, yeah, it's unsettling for them.
Yeah.
And it's rare that we don't. And that's not saying that like we know. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't want to say that. I don't know. I don't want to say we know more than other people, but like I know that in our space, like our kids move through the world fairly effortlessly. They don't have to figure certain things out. You know what I'm saying? Like we have really created, and I don't apologize for that. Like I don't apologize for creating like a life of ease and convenience and like comfort for my children. I never will. So I think that there is something really vulnerable about admitting that like they're in a space that you really cannot like comfort them in. You can be there, you can be present, but like you can't remove the discomfort or the inconvenience because we so often do. Like we like, what is it? What's the problem? If you just tell me, we talked about it the other day. Like if they could just talk, and I'm like, I don't think they know, and we don't know what to give, so we all frustrated because we like, and you'll just tell me
Everybody frustrated.
everybody mad.
Yeah.
Everybody mad. So I think that's what authenticity looks like. Like in Black motherhood for me is just being vulnerable enough to be like, why we don't always know.
And I think it's like it's not something that was modeled for us. I think we were given this from both of our mothers. We were kind of given this illusion of like perfection or this like unattainable, like, so I think being vulnerable for your children or letting them see that you don't always have it together or whatever, it kind of gives them a freedom to like to know that like they don't have to be that way either. And like they feel comfortable and safe to like they get the opportunity to learn how to navigate those spaces when they don't know. Nobody knows everything all the time. Like we both have a daughter that is like a perfectionist. Ryan and Brooklyn both freak out, they don't know anything, so it's like
they're actively learning.
Yeah, literally. That's why you go to school, but it's like they get the opportunity. So I think that's really that's been a really big part of parenting for us. And it's something we had to learn. Like we, did not initially show up that way. And we had unrealistic expectations for ourselves and probably for our kids too. So I think it's just been like a learn as you go type thing for both of us.
For sure.
That changes as your kids get older and it just gets harder and it sucks. But anyway.
I was like, it's gonna get easier. More things that I don't know the answer to.
Y'all, Zakiya works with teenagers with her nonprofit, Sowing Seeds into the Midlands. Shameless plug. She is truly gifted for it. These kids love her, and she just like knows how to create a safe space for kids. My oldest daughter is kind of a graduate of her programs. She like when I have a crisis, like with my children, she is the first person I call, like, because she can walk me through it. And it's like, I work with teenagers from a health aspect, and it's just so different when it's your own kid. It's like you lose your words, you lose your thoughts, like all your senses. So
big trigger.
Yeah.
And I hope that you're ready because Ryan is 8. So I know what to tell you about yours,
but so I mean having like a friend that you can really trust and that can give you like sensible advice and that just really genuinely, loves your kids, whatever, has just made all the difference in my parenting journey. Like we're in different mothering stages, but we have been able to still like help each other as mothers through our own like unique perspectives and talents and stuff. So it's really been a blessing in my motherhood journey. But yeah, girl, anyway.
Mine too. Yeah, Ashlei, she know, but she don't be accepting that like she is our family doctor. I think co-pays via Cash App sometimes, a little gift card. But before I take my kids to the doctor, I'd be like,
therapy. She pays for my medical advice that I give her with free therapy. Because I literally
I'd be like, is this a rash?
He talks me off all the cliffs. Like it's great. She's like, when we were younger, she could be a therapist. It is seriously like my relationship with my kids, how I show up as a mother. Like my kids are blessed through my friendship with her. And obviously not just her. I have some other really great mom friends, but she's just the man of the hour. But that friendship is essential, boys.
Yeah,
I
man,
mean, it makes all the difference.
for
And
sure.
someone you can like laugh about the sucky stuff with.
Because they do that as well.
Yeah. Um, okay, so how does mama take care of self, and is mommy guilt real?
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm excited to be able to say that I take care of myself. This is new news. Like I just started taking my care of myself. But once I got here. Like I don't play about it. So, I take naps if I feel the need. Like if I want to take a nap midday, I'll take a nap. I'll stop at noon and take a shower. Like I don't care. I do what I want. Uh, I go on walks. I go to therapy once a week for an hour, no matter what, like no exception. Um, I got a massage last week. Uh, I think that is this. We said this is not. I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I think it's important to figure out like what self care looks like for you. But self care for self care for me, I felt it. It was about to. Mm, it's fine. If I want to have a glass of wine, I do that. It's okay. It's okay. I just feel like it's such a day to day thing for me. You know what I mean? Like this weekend, I felt super lazy. Like I didn't feel, and I don't even want to say lazy. I felt like being at home. Like I felt like being in my house. I had some stuff on my calendar already that I had committed to, and I was like, I'm gonna do those things, and I'm not gonna leave my house otherwise. Like I took a 5 hour nap on my couch one Saturday after I got my nails and my toes done. like, like a 5 hour nap is good. Like you went to bed on the couch, but it was the middle of the day. So I think the way that I take care of myself is to just really be present and like check in and to be constantly asking myself, like, what I need, how do I feel, which is just not was not my pattern. I would say like 2 years ago. I'm being maybe two, maybe even like 2 years ago was just not my pattern. I was in such like go mode and like,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the non with seeds,
Yeah.
like my work would like ran my days, and then I would come home and like on the subject of mom guilt, be like, oh, I gave all this energy and intention and focus to my work. Now I need to come home and give that same thing to my kids because they get to have mom in the same way that these kids had mom. Because when I'm at the C's house, like I don't feel like I show up like a mom, but in a lot of ways, I know they see me that way, which they do. Like they rely on me. I dropped off shoes to a C's kid an hour before I came home with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like she had no school shoes. So
Yeah, yeah.
like, so for me to be, and that's minor now compared to you already know what I was doing, like
Breaking
pre-pandemic, like just
your bags. He was burning
yeah,
at both ends. Like,
yeah.
and it
I got
showed,
shingles.
honey. And it showed.
It did. It did. I got shingles fooling with them kids. I love them, but they wasn't. I was gonna kill myself thinking I had to do it all and be it all and like
Everywhere
all
for
at the same time. Yeah, yeah. And it's just like it's not sustainable. And then I would come home and want to be the best I can be as a mom and a wife, and still
everything.
again, checking all the boxes, making sure they're eating something healthy, making sure that they get their homework done, that they also are like saying affirmations and the prayers and the bedtime and oh Ryan got eczema. It's just like it never ended. And I didn't have or make time for myself. And COVID definitely I was already slowing down, just doing like some like more introspective work and just like looking inward and asking hard questions like, who are you? Because you remember that whole process, that mirror work thing. Like I didn't know. It shook my whole when I say to say shook my whole world up just doesn't even sound like it does it justice. Like, I don't even know another way to
Whole
say
other
it.
person, Chad. She's a whole
Yeah,
nother
it ended my life as I knew it. Like
literally.
it ended my life, and I feel like I like started fresh, and a big part of that is like I'm not
Yeah.
about to backslide into being a shell of a person because I'm putting all this stuff before myself. And I really am very intentional about not saying like, oh, I take care of myself so I can take care of my kids. Like I love my kids, they are my world and my joy. But like I take care of myself because like I get to be taken care of. Period. Hard stop. Like I don't I don't say stuff like, oh, I take care of my kids. So they could be like, no, like, oh, I take care of my kids. And people are like, yeah, because they get to be taken care of. It's like, me too. I get to be taken care of too. So and that's been huge in the way that I take care of myself, in the way that I'm willing to stop what I'm doing, no matter what I'm doing, if it's for them or whatever. If I need something, like I get to have it in that moment. If I need to eat and Ryan's like, well, I wanna like I can after I eat. Don't come in the bathroom while I'm using the bathroom. Don't knock on the door while I'm taking a shower. I don't care how long I've been in here because I get to have my time and you're not bleeding and the house is not on fire. So like it can wait, you know?
Yeah, I
Like
think
it
that
can wait.
that boundary thing, like that was something we both kind of had to like teach ourselves to establish those boundaries with our kids. Um, you have set phenomenal boundaries with the whole world. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it, but like y'all, when we talk about self-care and somebody like being like, let me tell you where you got me effed up at. Zakiya is like, mm-mm. And she's so nice, nasty with it. She keeps it cute. Like you won't even know she just went off on you, but like she really just sets the tone. Like I have just always struggled with mommy guilt. I struggle with it like from guilt from my own mother. Like my mom made me feel guilty to enjoy anything outside of my children, like from the time I became a mom. And I still struggle with that at times. I struggle with like mommy guilt as far as like, well, how do people see me? Like, will people think I'm a bad mom if I do these things? Or, um, or even
And I'll be like,
my kids hate when I leave the house. Yeah. Like, people. Or like, even like when I leave the house, my kids lose it like for no reason. Like because they will leave the house and I will not hear from them until it's like I'm like, hello, where are you at? Like, come on home. But
you okay?
if I leave, it's like the end of the world. If I'm leaving for anything besides like work, school, it's like, well, why are you having a life? Like who signed up
have a
on
life too.
yeah. And so when I would feel guilty or just like, so Zakiya has truly like kind of helped me like, you deserve to like have a life. Like her favorite thing to say, you deserve, like you deserve.
I got that from Kayla, one of our other favorite moms. Kayla, I love how Kayla.
Kayla is the best.
But yeah, I got that from Kayla because meeting her was kind of my first, Rissy's around Ari's age. I think they're like a year apart. And that was kind of my first like up close, view at, I don't know, just like more of what we're trying to do, just more like, and no shade to nobody. So I hope nobody takes it personal or makes up a story. But like what I'm saying is I watched Kayla with Rissy really like let her, and they're very different. So sometimes I would be like, y'all have really different mindsets and you really just let her be herself and like do her thing. And like I know that some of the stuff she does is just not, it's like Rissy is a Capricorn and very like regimented and like I gotta do this and be all these things. And Kayla be like,
it's good. Yeah.
So I think that was the first time I really saw like, oh, like really just letting your kids become and like trusting them, which also meant that like Kayla, yeah, it is because it's like, do I really trust you? But it also meant that like Kayla has this thing where she is free and taking care of herself and taking what she needs. And I was watching her do those things, and it was just really inspiring to me. And I was like, I like that. I like that when your daughter is away with her dad, which we have different. Me and you have different setups with that situation, which makes it a lot harder. Which is why I'm always like, you deserve
mine.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to keep it cute, but like there's a level of just like when you're a caregiver, literally 24/7 for some people, you like you leaving the house for 2 days, 3 days, 7 days. You know what I'm saying? As long as your kids have what they need, that's not a violation. That's not selfish. It's not. It really isn't. But we've been conditioned to believe that it is. Um, and I think just listening to Kayla's rhetoric, and she also was working with the whatever the caregiver nonprofit was at that time too. So like she had this very like I don't want to say kinder care. Why is kinder care coming to mind? But I can't think of the name of it. It's some nonprofit where basically they help people who are guardians of kids that like, like aunties will take in a kid.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So they would help them get like respite and stuff like that. So she had all of that like research on what it means for like people who take care of people to have time for themselves. And so that really just informed a lot of how she talks as a mom and just as somebody who works with people that takes care of people. And it was like at the perfect time because Reese was little, and it just really framed my like, oh, so it's so it really like I'm not tripping. Like I want to go take a bath and lock the door and act like nobody else is in this house. Like I want to do that, but that feels selfish.
You're a bad mom for feeling that
way. Yeah. And I'm a whole husband.
Self-care, like it completely changes the way you show up as a parent. Like it's like I would feel so guilty if I would like go out or go out of town, and I actually still really struggle with like when I go out of town, like I feel like I'm having a great time, but I am like inside feeling like it is eating me alive how guilty I feel. But like it's so hard. It's like you don't ever get a chance to miss your kids when you have them 24/7. And so it's just like when you get away or like, and it doesn't have to be days or a trip, whatever, like, if I go to dinner with my friends, if I go out one night, whatever, it's like those moments give you a chance to like step away from motherhood so you can tap back in like refreshed and like, oh, I really missed you guys. I'm so excited to be in this space, not like, oh my God, I never get a break from this space. Like, because we're not.
Because you are also easily overstimulated. And we both have at least one touchy kid, and we both have one very loud kid who never stops talking. You know what I'm saying? So, and we love all of our children. You know what I mean? But it's like if you're in your house and there's either or at the same time, always somebody touching you or talking to you, unless everybody's asleep. That can be very overwhelming for people who are like hypersensitive like me and you. It just doesn't take much for us to like be like this. There's too many things happening, and there is always something happening in both of our houses, unless everybody's asleep.
Right.
Like it doesn't stop. So I think even those times, like you said, like even if you just go to dinner with your girls, it's such a great opportunity for us to just be Ashlei, just be Zakiya. Because when you're at home, you are, except like they like, they want something, they need something, they want to tell you something, they want to hug, they want to like, there's
you're constantly giving, doing, pouring. And kids very rarely pour back into you.
Every once in a while. And when it happens, we'd be like,
yeah, you cry in the car for an hour. But like, I mean, and that's fine, obviously that's why we're here. But it's it can, if you don't replenish yourself, it can be very draining, and you don't get to experience the joy of motherhood because it feels just like a constant job or like, feels like work. So okay, next question, because I know we're short on time because we only have like an hour.
Are we?
Okay. Oh, girl. Okay. So
do it.
Now this will be a fun question. What's your favorite Black mama saying, or your mom's favorite Black mama saying that you remember growing up?
My favorite Black mama saying is probably "who you talking to," which does not land well here. Reese is super political. Like he's so literal, so he would be like, "You," and I'm trying to train him. So like, no, that means you got to mess up.
That was a threat.
I'm not to choke you. So that's what I say all the time. I don't even think about it. It's just like I hear them and I be like, "Can't be me. Who are you speaking to?" Because because free kids, and that's the thing about having like, this free approach to parenting. Like you have kids who feel very comfortable with stuff that would get us choke slammed and like drugged down the driveway. You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff that they do that we would have, like, we just wouldn't have survived. And I know that they do it because
part of conscious parenting. They think we're like, and it's like, oh no, you don't understand. Like if I put my hand,
no, I'm crazy.
like, oh,
I want you to be free, but not with me, with the world,
with everybody else.
with the fine print. Don't try me, try them.
Exclusions apply.
Yeah, like that's it. Okay, I don't know if this is a Black mama thing, but it's what came to mind. You remember my mom used to, if she thought we were lying, she would be like,
Heaven or hell.
heaven or hell.
Heaven or hell.
Wow.
Oh my God. I hated that. That was always cringe. Like a
big cringe.
I can't even do that to my kids. Like,
no,
I need to start. I need to do that to them.
My kids will be like, tell me more about this heaven and this
hell. Right. Like, so if my mom will actually go to hell, I would be like,
it's hot. God made that a place for people.
Oh my God, I used to hate when your mom said that. Oh,
no, it was definitely I don't know that other moms say that, but it was definitely one of those like moments where, either you're going to risk going to hell or
you're going to tell the truth. Like, dang, is this why it's worth going to hell? I'm like, girl.
Am I more scared of her or Satan?
Like, I remember very specific moments of her like saying that to us in the car and stuff. Like, oh,
I'd be like,
that was a good one.
I'd be looking at y'all like,
that was a good Look, we look at each other like, what you gonna do?
You gonna try it? Should I try it?
Okay, speaking of your mother, start off this phrase. Sorry, I gotta okay. Start off with this phrase, dear mama, blank. If you could write a short letter to your mom, what would it say? Short letter.
A short letter. Dear mama. Okay. Dear mama. Hold on. Dang, bro. That's not an easy question.
I know, it's super loaded. That's
I'm like,
I almost didn't ask it because I was like, well, that'll be like too much, but
that's a lot.
I felt like it's one for you.
Yeah, no. So I would say, dear mama, thank you. Right? Like, thanks for all you did, all you are, all you continue to do. My mom is sending me pictures of lunch boxes right now for Ryan because I dropped the ball. I think my mama did her best, and I think that's all we can ask of anybody. And I think I'm where I am because of, my mama and my daddy. I know it's a mama show, but like I have super solid parents. And they're great. I do. They're great grandparents. So yeah, dear mama, thank you. And dear mama, rest. You know what I'm saying? Dear mama, go ahead and retire. Dear mama, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta do all these things for these people. Like, dear mama,
you did you job well done.
You did job well done. Yeah, enjoy your life. Like, turn up, go enjoy. I don't know. She probably won't let me tell you this. I told you my mom went to the Usher concert on Friday. I was like, yes, more of this.
I love to see it.
More of these.
I love to see
types of weekends. Yeah. So
living her best life.
That's the thing. I think Black moms, we learned a lot from, the Black women in our lives. But boy, oh boy, that put everybody before yourself. My mama, she got that.
You got it honest. You inherited it. You got it honest.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that off me.
That's my other mom though, y'all. Mama, I know you're gonna watch this playback if you're not watching it live. So I love you.
Send her the link and I'm gonna hear about that too.
Okay, this is the last question. Well, not question, but what advice do you have for mamas who need encouragement and support?
Mama, give yourself grace. Like,
That's the same thing I said
I
last
think, is that
year.
what you said?
Yeah.
Like, we are so hard on ourselves, bro. I was texting somebody right before this started about how much I was kicking myself that, and this is great. Like, they're fine. The kids are asleep. Like, everything's fine. But you got mom guilt. I was kicking myself for having scheduled this the night before school started. Like, I didn't even realize,
Me
like
neither.
how could I not notice? Duh, 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 duh.
Realized it
And
yesterday.
yeah, I realized it today when I was like, choose true project. That's interesting. Oh, that. Like today. But she was like, you were so hard on yourself. Like you did it on purpose. Like you was out here like, ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ruin the first day of school. Like, girl. She was
He
like, you
did.
signed up for a thing. Right. She was like, you signed up for a thing to help other moms while like your kids already have everything they need. They got school clothes, they got bags, they got like, it's fine. So, one thing I'll say is for sure, like extend grace to yourself. One, your kids ain't never been here before, they ain't never did this before. So it's kind of hard to like really like actually mess it up. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like they don't know, they don't have real expectations of like what this is supposed to look like. I mean, they'll get them, but you get to frame and mold and create what your motherhood and their childhood looks like. And that's a very individualized thing. And don't get caught up in Ashley knows I'm big on conditioning. Like I'm constantly questioning myself, like, am I doing this because they told us we gotta do it like this? Or is this authentic and does this feel like the right thing for me and my kids? So offer yourself grace and surround yourself with other moms who get it. Because in those moments where you're like dragging yourself for, yeah, my kids are knocked out. I don't know even know why that was bothering me so much, but literally I was like, and it's fine. Like I'm glad to be here. I'm also really glad I did it. But like I think it's one of those things where it's just like that mom guilt thing where it's like, ugh, I didn't do it all perfect. Like if I was thinking,
Right.
where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? And also no shade to nobody. Love everybody, whatever, love and light. But like these kids, daddies usually don't be nowhere losing no sleep over stuff like that. Like all of these bags and lunches and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, so sis, I'm sure you're doing great in comparison. I feel safe in making that assumption. You know what I'm saying? Because we do things. So that's my biggest thing to like moms who are out here needing encouragement is usually because we're dragging ourselves. Like you rarely hear people talk trash about moms. And if you do, it's another mom, which is kind of sad.
That's very true, by the way. Um, any final words?
Oh man, thanks for having me, friend. I love you.
I love you
I love
so
you. Ashley, Ashley,
much.
Ashley. No, just right, just real quick. You asked me if I have my words. I got a couple. No, like I feel like, you know what I'm saying? We started this together pretty young. Like I said, I was away being reckless with my own life, and you were here, you know, occasionally being a little reckless, but mostly bringing new life into the world, making sure that she was straight, having what she needed, and then the other ones came, and so like you really sort of gave us all a like sneak peek into what this thing was like, which has been amazing to watch. I'm always proud of you. I've always been proud of you and how you mother, how you show up in the world as an advocate. I know you might not consider yourself that, but as an advocate, for our people. You don't play about us and you don't play about your kids. And you're girls who have kids young, like kids young, because it just didn't make me this is not responsible. It's just true. I didn't feel like if I have a baby young, my life's gonna be over. Because I had a best friend who was out here like knocking stuff over way before I did. Still is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not like you still did everything you wanted to do, and your kids still had everything they needed and some. And so I think it's just always been really amazing to have like a front row seat to you just, really killing this. And at first you were doing it for the kids. And they're great and they deserve, but I'm more excited to see you now like doing it for you, like getting to create things that center your needs and desires and dreams. Because you deserve to, friend.
Girl, why you did that?
Necessary. I had to.
I
We
love
don't
you
get to do this often. If y'all ever see us out, we're not gonna be this nice to each other. We won't say I love you. We will not hug. We do love each other.
very much more
And
than
this is
anything.
not performance either. Maybe it's the one. And the questions. Lots of feelings.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I was way nervous last year, but of course it was, it felt so light just being able to talk to my dog. Seriously, you are such an example and such a blessing to my life. So like, I'm so glad I get to share spaces like this with you and that I get to share you with the world. I feel like everyone who encounters you is better for it. Like you are such a bright light. So thank you for joining me tonight.
This is great.
So this will be played back on the T.R.U.E project YouTube channel. You can subscribe. I know there's going to be some other moms in the upcoming weeks for the rest of the month. You guys can subscribe to the YouTube channel to be sure to catch those episodes as well. But everything will be saved and played back. And be sure to follow the T.R.U.E project page on Instagram. Shell has some really dope content on there about different things all the time. Just creating a really, really beautiful space for everyone, not just moms, to show up authentically and just shining a light on her people. So thank you, Shell, for the opportunity and for creating such dope spaces for us to get together. And that's it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Good night.